What's up, guys? I am walking down to the beach to film this episode for you because we're talking about creativity, and the Lord's creation is the perfect place to talk about creativity. God created us to be creative. So if we look in the scriptures, it talks about how God created all things, that through Jesus, in Jesus, through the words that Jesus spoke, all creation was made from the very beginning. And before anything was created, God was just there. And He created everything. He created the heavens, the earth, the stars, the sky. He created the angels that are in heaven with Him. There is nothing apart from Him that was made. And all of it is very, very good. Now, if we look in the book of Genesis, it tells us that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, three persons, okay, one God, were discussing with one another about creation and creating mankind. And they said, let us make them in our image, in the image of God. And it says that in the image of God, they created them, man and woman, they created them. And that we have characteristics of God because we are made in His likeness. That doesn't mean that we are God and we will never be God, but it means that we have His characteristics. If we're talking about creativity, I want to show some of the amazing creative things that you guys have done on both Fridays, and then some stuff you guys have sent me some pictures of because you guys are amazing creators. So here's some really cool artwork and other fun stuff that you guys create. Humans are set apart, or quote unquote different, from the animals, from the birds, from the fish, from the monkeys, from the elephants, and even from the angels. We are different than the rest of creation in the sense that we were created in the image and the likeness of God. Because we were created in the image of God, we share attributes of God. We share in the image of God in His creativity. He has given us this beautiful, beautiful thing called creativity. Jesus created the earth and the planet, and you and I, and every single human that has ever lived and is living and will ever live. And He gives us this innate, embedded ability by our existence through Him to create beauty the way that He has created beauty. I walked off the beach for a little bit. We're gonna walk back over towards the Santa Monica area and go exploring a little bit. I wanna see some of the different creative things that people have made, people have created these incredible things around our world, and they really come from this gift of creativity that humankind has through the image of God. Architecture in this park is actually really interesting and super creative. The way they have it curved, and they have the stairs there and the path. And then they have these really fascinating little, I don't even know what to call these. They're like a little outlooks. And the way that they've designed them is super creative. So I'm standing overlooking the Santa Monica Pier. It's behind me there. And people had to design with creativity the Santa Monica Pier. See, the Santa Monica Pier has all these really cool rides on it and shops on it, and somebody had to design this whole structure so that it could stand above the water. There's no other animal on the planet that can create architecture and tall buildings and skyscrapers and artwork like Monet, or any kind of artwork really, that is so intrinsic that humans can make. And that is because we were specifically created to create like God creates. And we get to partner with His Spirit to make things that are incredibly beautiful. Think of all the things that you enjoy doing to create things. For some of you, it's dancing. For some of you, it's singing. For some of you, it's painting or drawing. For some of you, it's creating things within video games or on the computer. There's all kinds of different artwork and different ways to create and make things that are beautiful. Sometimes it's fashion. There are people that use creativity to design clothing. We find creativity in music and instruments that people have made, that we create music out of using our voices to sing songs and create songs and put lyrics together. On a piano, you can write down the notes and then actually put together all the keys on the piano and create this incredible song. Creativity can even be in baking. Some of you are spending a ton of time baking right now, which is so cool. There is so many opportunities for you guys to spend time creating things with God just as you feel inspired. And it's part of worship. Like when you create something out of just your imagination and you put your hands to something, you're actually doing what God has created you to do. You're actually honoring Him with your thought process and your imagination and your mind. He created your mind to think and to dream and imagine. And creativity is also in writing. Think of some of the most amazing books you've read or the stories that you love. Think of the movies that you love. Somebody had to write the script to the movies that you love to watch. Somebody had to write the script and the screenplay to some of the musicals you've been in school, or some of the dances you've been in school if you performed in middle school or high school. Somebody had to write all of that down and create a screenplay for that, or create a theme for that. These are all parts of amazing creativity. So if you love to write, write something with God. If you love to sing, sing something with God. If you love to look into filming and movie making and screenplays, explore what that looks like for you. If you love to bake, bake. If you love to draw, draw. If you love to paint, paint. If you want to create sculptures, do that. Dream crazy, huge dreams and just go for it. Spend some time, because we're all inside and we have time right now to create things. Just use your imagination and ask God, what are some awesome ways that I can create things right now? This is the weekly verse I want you to remember. Genesis 1:27. So God created mankind in His own image. In the image of God, He created them. Male and female, He created them. Genesis 1:27. You were created in the image of God, and therefore you were created to be creative. This is the weekly challenge, guys. Here it is. It is create something. Create something that you want to create. Create something beautiful with God. It could be singing. It could be dancing. It could be a YouTube video. It could be a casserole for your mom. Who knows? Create something that you want to create with God. Use your imagination. Dream big dreams. And then also write some stuff down that you want to create. Like, make a plan for how you can utilize this time to create beautiful things with God. I'm gonna swing over and look at some of the cool artwork that they have on Melrose. They have all kinds of fascinating wall and street artwork over there. So we're gonna swing over to Melrose and check it out. All right, I am on Melrose Avenue and there's all kinds of amazing street art over here. Super creative people come out here and paint things on walls and sidewalks, including these beautiful angel wings behind me. So let's take a look at some of the amazing creative artwork over here. So since I was over on Melrose, which is not too far from the Hollywood sign, I have hopped on over to take a look at it. The Hollywood sign is another beautiful creative thing that people have done. They've put in the mountains and tons of people come out to look at it all the time. You can see it from different angles in Los Angeles, especially obviously in Hollywood. And it's a pretty cool symbol of creativity. The sun is starting to set. It's going to get dark soon, so I'm going to swing by this cute little cafe and get something yummy and head on my way back home. Thanks for watching, you guys. Remember to like and subscribe, drop us a line, and have an amazing creative week. Make something with God, be encouraged, and we hope to see you soon. We love you so much. Bye, guys.